on special
Aim
now
it
for
at whoever's talking.
move to approve.
It's easy if you put your hand in his pocket.
Been moved and
Swing it
seconded to
aside,
approve
put that in there,
March
you can know
28th,
where you're going.
March 8th meeting and March 31st.
You just gotta be careful you don't bump the
All
record
in favor?
button, because that'll turn it off.
Is there any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? No. Motion carried. Approve bills as presented.
Get the,
I don't know, we read the bills?
this is our bill list? I think so, yes. I don't think they have to read it all up.
No. I guess if anybody wants to see them.
If anybody wants to look
In
at
the
it.
name of transparency, it should be read out loud.
Want to read them out loud?
We always did up until the last
Yeah.
couple months. Okay.
Go ahead and read them, Laura.
This is new to me, so I'm reading the general fund, what's this here. We had a bill from CenturyLink. Do I read the amount as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. For $130,304.17.
That would be the balance.
That's.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, the payment?
Yeah.
All right,
Payment.
sorry about that.
The monthly payment.
Okay, $112.29, that sounds better.
That's less.
We Energies was $53.94. Sandra Murphy was $22.50. We Energies, another one was $337.50. First Citizen State Bank was $104.70. Another one for We Energies, $211.93. Badgerland Disposal, $9,367.74. We Energies, $54.14. CenturyLink, $112.29. Bradset for, I'm not sure, $230.87, and then it looks like $19.13.
That's
Or-
the payroll taxes.
That's
that you
payroll
took out.
taxes, okay, just do the salary,
Yeah.
all right. CAW was $369.40. APG Southern was $112.60. Bender Larson was $224.80. Didi was $1,483.85. First Citizen State Bank, $42. Grata was $2,725. Jefferson County Clerk was $5.10. Jefferson County was $1,320.14. Johnson Block was $2,800. Laura Lowry was $378.63. Lynch and Associates, $146.20. Northwest Services was $11,586.50. The Village of Palmyra was $27,075.13. Wisconsin Towns Association, $598.74. Quill LLC was $323.85. Dawn was $60. Kristen was $72. Maureen was $48. Leslie was $138.75. Kay was $60. Sandra was $90. Margaret was $195. Ed Miller was $3,837.21. And UW Green Bay was $489.
All those that she mentioned, the first name were poll workers, right?
Yes, they did the work at the elections. We did a test run one day, and then we did the actual voting on Tuesday.
I would move to approve the bills.
The last two, We Energies were for the airport, just to differentiate between the town and the airport. Now, did that get reimbursed from the airport?
Well, I know that you can see on the memo line, there's a couple that say by airport. I'd have to check with Dee Dee to make sure. But it looks like we did differentiate between the airport and then there's
Right,
another.
that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
You show a check for it, but there should have been a reimbursement for that.
Okay, I can look at that.
Because I believe Dave started reading the machine he put in here to,
Oh, the special
The meter.
machine on the meter?
Yeah.
Okay,
and there was one other thing.
So you're saying where it says by airport, Ed?
Yeah,
That 211.93 and the 337.50?
yeah, that should be a reimbursement
Okay,
from the
Okay.
airport, I believe.
okay.
I don't know how else to read this by what's on here,
yeah, I can look into that.
but this is the time to catch it, not a year from now.
Yep.
Is the airport gonna reimburse half of, are we paying the electric bill now, Ed? And is that meter
The
splitting it
airport
up?
should be figuring out exactly what they owe, and they should be paying that plus half of the meter charge.
Okay.
I don't know how far it's come along, but that was what was supposed to be.
Okay, thanks.
Is there a second on the approval of the bills?
I'll second it with those.
Been moved and seconded to approve the bills, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? No. Motion's carried. Public comment? No?
I have
Okay.
a
You have something?
note that Ed would like me to read, or did you want that in correspondence? Sorry, correspondence.
Reports, treasurer.
Treasury reports for April 2021. and-
What?
Oh,
Public comment.
Yeah.
oh,
Okay, he signed up?
I did.
Yeah.
Is that, no?
Yeah, I signed up.
Oh, you did?
Tim wants to speak.
I don't know if I should make these comments now or once you starting to discuss the variance at the boat launch.
It would have to be now.
Okay, I'll give it
There's
to you
no-
now.
There's no discussion,
I have a couple of questions regarding it. I'm not saying I'm in favor and I'm not against it,
Okay.
but I have questions.
okay.
The property where the existing mesh exists, is that on the homeowner's property or is that on the property of the town or Blue Spring Lake Management boat launch? Who owns it?
I think it's the property owner.
I'd like to know yes or
Can I
no.
answer, are you property owner? I have a plat of survey and it shows that 2/3 of it are on the boat launch property and the other portion, the middle portion, is right on the line.
The chain link, the mesh fence is
Correct. The
specific.
chain link fence, is that what you're talking about?
Yes, it's not really a chain link, but it's a mesh fence, yes. And my question is, whose property is it on?
It's on the boat launch, whoever owns the boat launch.
Okay, so
And it-
the boat launch is owned by the town and Blue Spring Lake Management District, so it's on their property. Okay, thank you.
That's my understanding, and it looks like a chain link fence.
Well, the lower part does, but chain link usually has a bar on the top, and this does not.
Oh, okay.
Now, whose property is the wood fence on that's on that same spot? There's a wood,
That is on my property.
it is, so it's yours, okay. And all of the signage is the management district signage, correct? I believe?
The managing district or town.
Your management district or town, all the signs is there, okay. I just want, I thought I was correct, I wanted to make sure of that. Okay, now, I'm looking at the unnecessary hardship and the reason for the fence. There's a couple of things that I can look at and it makes sense to me. As a safety hazard regarding unleashed dogs, I don't know that you're ever gonna fix that. Because they can get around the fence even if you put one up, but that's fine, that's a good point. Now, it also says you've got a high volume of daily boat launches and are creating a visual and audible disturbance. It's not gonna stop, no matter what you do with the fence.
Well,
It's gonna come right over the top, you're gonna hear it anyway.
I agree with the audible that it might muffle it, but you're right, it will still be there.
You're still gonna hear it.
The digital part, would, for my purposes, go away.
Okay, so then audible is not a good reason because it's never gonna stop, okay? You're talking about the unsightly signs and so on, that can't stop either, it's gonna continue,
No, I understand.
okay? And the hardship is due to unique physical limitations of the property, okay? That should have been known when you bought the property.
And
That's
it
not
wasn't-
news.
No, it's not new.
And your realtor, I assume, had told you that, right? It's gonna be there?
Yes, no, I'm not disputing that.
Okay, but it's in here, that's why I'm asking,
Right, right.
okay?
I would agree.
All right. Now, what else did I have? Proposed private fence. Okay, we're talking about the fence, and you're saying you've got sample pictures of it. I have a fence just like that next to Norderby. It's not my fence. Does it look good? Is it gray? Not a chance. It's just plain wooden, ugly fence. If it was painted or stained, it wouldn't look too bad. But as it is, it doesn't look really good.
Well, that's just an example of a dog-eared fence.
I know what a dog-eared fence
Yeah.
is. That's what it looks like, just like mine.
Yeah, I was told that it would gray, so
It-
I
it-
don't know.
It will, I'll show you a picture of what it looks like. I have it on my camera, okay?
Okay.
It doesn't get prettier, okay?
Okay.
It's not gonna happen. Now, I'm looking at the mesh fence here. I got pictures that you sent, and my question was, whose property is it on? You answered that. And there's an opening in it right now. So if that fence is owned by who? Owned by the
Okay.
town?
Right.
So they should maintain that. They should take it
The
out.
fence should come down.
Right.
It's not doing anything.
Not doing a thing. It's just ugly.
It's just, you have to cut off the posts and just get rid of
Yeah.
it.
And I don't know, I'm looking at the trees also, and you got a bunch of trees that could interfere with this fence also. What's happening with those?
No, I'm not taking down any trees, and they don't interfere.
Have you
One
surveyed
tree,
it to see where the fence is gonna be
Yeah.
in relationship to the trees
Yes,
on your property?
yes,
Okay?
yeah,
Because that would have been my first concern, is where's this lot line?
right. Yeah, I submitted a plat survey, so it does, I mean,
Okay.
it doesn't show where the trees are now, but, yeah.
Okay, I have no problem with you putting up the fence. Is it gonna enhance the beauty of there? Not at all, not from the boat launch side. But you're never gonna get rid of the noise, and you're not gonna get rid of the people going in and out constantly. And you're gonna get as much or more noise from the high-speed boats that are going by with the skiers than you're gonna get from that boat launch.
Right, but don't
And
get me wrong,
that's gonna continue.
I know, I knew the boat launch was there.
Okay.
I don't object to the boat launch, as a matter of fact, that's one of the reasons that I like Blue Spring Lake. It's a very viable,
Mhm.
energetic lake. You know, I'm just saying that I being next to it, I can't do anything about the visibility, and I find that it's uncomfortable for me, but it's also very uncomfortable for the people that are there. Because if I'm standing there watering my bushes, I can tell that they're uncomfortable, and a lot of times they'll turn around and go back up the boat ramp. So, I'm just saying, it's a little uncomfortable for both sides.
Who's uncomfortable, the people launching a boat?
I think so, yes, I do.
I don't think so.
I'm not saying that's a reason to get the fence, I'm just saying that that's what I have observed. So I think it would be good for both sides, is, I guess, my point.
Okay,
Okay?
reports, trailer. Pardon? Oh, I didn't-
I'm also on the public comment.
okay, it's over there.
Dick Naquip, Commissioner on the Blue Spring Lake Management District Board. And I just want to state that the Management District is not opposed to either one of these variance requests that are coming before the town board this evening. We recognize that each variance request stands upon its own merit. So establishing what might become a precedent is really not an issue in a variance request. Each variance request stands on its own merit. We have no opposition to either one of these.
Okay? Okay, reports, treasurer.
In the general fund, we have $137,103.20. The tax account, we have $110,794.79. In the LGIP general fund, we have $108,620.51. In the LGIP Fire EMS fund, we have $2.69. The airport fund has $53,794.09, and the LGIP airport fund has 55 cents.
Anybody have any questions about that? Violet? Pardon? Violet? Violet, report, okay, highway?
Little Prairie Road project should be starting between the 1st and the 15th of May, and it'll take 3 to 4 weeks to complete. We've had a couple trees down, but it's not as bad as it could have been. And that's it for the highway department.
Ed, can we take those speed signs and put, down from Little Prairie Road and
No.
put them,
They're sunk in concrete.
are they? Okay, that's my question.
You can talk to Ron, but I think, you can talk to Ron, but he put them in I think they're in 3 feet of concrete.
Okay, so what we would have to do would be put other posts up somewhere else if we wanted to move the
Yep.
meters themselves, yeah, okay. Gotcha.
Fire department?
I gave each of you a copy of the 2020 summary that I had given to the village board about a month ago. Just for your, take a look at what we did last year. Our overall volume last year was down a little over 20%. That had a lot to do with the pandemic. We're seeing that back to normal again for this year. So through the first quarter of this year, so January, February, March, we've done a total of 40 EMS calls, 16 of which were in the town. And we've done 14 fire responses, 7 of which were in the town.
What about those grass fire, what kind of fires? Do you know?
We've had a couple of wildland fires in the town a couple weeks ago before we got more rain. We had the building collapse out at the egg farm, which was a fire response. Their processing facility had collapsed.
Yeah.
I know we had several crashes. We've had some crashes out on 59 by Z and up on 106. We've had a couple of those, and a couple snowmobile accidents.
Okay. Airport?
I have a form here that you and I have to sign, Larry. We signed it last year for it was the CARES Act money.
Okay.
So we have to sign it, Laura has to witness it while we do it. And then we'll give it to Bob and he can take care of it from there.
Do you know the status of the retention pond project?
No, I don't.
Do you know?
I don't know. It's kind of on hold, isn't it, or is?
Dave was in contact with them, not me. And at the airport meeting next Monday, he'd probably be able to tell you.
Okay. The village is charging $10,000 to the airport for stormwater runoff. And the airport can get grant money to put in retention ponds. And apparently enough ponds for a long-term plan for the airport, so the price would never go up, and with the retention ponds in, the village could only charge the airport $5,000. And so hopefully the airport commission will be going ahead and doing that work at the airport.
Larry?
Are you talking about the amount we charge per year?
The stormwater runoff charge from the village.
Actually, the charge last year was over 11,000 last year. It was up substantially over 2019. So I pay it quarterly, so I know what it is.
Okay.
And, yeah, if we could get a retention pond in here to reduce that charge, it would be nice.
Well, it was my understanding that it wouldn't cost much to do like a future plan of other retention ponds, because once they're there doing them, wouldn't cost much more, and then the village would never be able to raise the amount from 5,000.
I like that.
That was my
See what
understanding.
Ed says.
What we have to do is get the retention ponds to mitigate the stormwater runoff that doesn't run into the village anyway. It stays on the airport, but that's neither here nor there, because they can charge us. So what we can do is get it reduced in half. So if we put up more buildings, the bill is gonna go up. They can charge us accordingly for whatever the runoff is figured on whatever new buildings get put up. So if a building gets put up and it costs another $1,000, it will be, if the value of it is $1,000, we'd still have to pay another $500. And Strand did have it worked out for stormwater runoff all the way up to standard processes building. So it's up to us how far we want to go, how much work they want to do. But again, most of the work is from mobilization, so it probably makes sense to do it so it's set up for way in the future.
Is this a decision that's up to the commission, or does it ultimately come back to the town board?
The commission can make it because by their bylaws they could.
Uh-huh.
Town board can take that away. That's
Can
up
we
to-
weigh in on it? I mean, can we say, look, we want you to go ahead and do the
Yeah,
whole
you
thing?
can,
You know,
somebody else is gonna have to be put on the board after I'm done next Tuesday anyway.
right.
So, and Dave is handling everything now because he's the chairman, and so I don't know exactly what's going on because I'm on my way out.
But their meeting is Monday night.
Yes,
What time?
7 o'clock.
Okay, that's it for airport.
You have anything, Bob?
Just wanted to say that, I've been here doing this position since October. It's been about October.
About then.
And I'm trying to create a good awareness of the airport in the community. I think it brings a lot more to the community than maybe what a lot of people realize. And we want you all to like the airport, appreciate that it's here, and if there's ever anything that's going on that you have a question on or whatever, I try to make myself available as much as I can. My office is right here, the door is right there. I drive a Ford blue pickup, it's a dark blue, and I'm trying to be here at least a couple of times a week, if not more. If you ever see that truck parked there, feel free to come in. Just introduce yourself. If you have any questions or whatever, anything related to the airport, I'm here. So just, let me know. I can't do it if you don't know, if I don't know.
Could you state your name, please?
What was that?
Your name?
Oh, Robert, call me Bob, Zerl, Z-E-R-U-L-L. I tried to improve the communication with the hangar owners, with the flying club, everybody. By doing that, I've got everybody's email now, so I send out bills by email, communicate by email, let them know when there's a problem with the airport, if it's closed down for anything, or if there's work going on at the airport, I can send them an email. We do also send out a NOTAM, that's a FAA NOTAM, but I also notify the people here at the airport of anything that might be going on also. So,
Are you available by email?
yes, I am.
Which would be,
palmyra.airport@gmail.com.
thank you.
I look at it all the time, so. I know that I look at it here, I have it on my phone too, so
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Blue Spring Lake District,
We're picking up a all new buoys for the lake tomorrow. And we'll be working on removing the berm that has built up off the boat launch. We probably won't be able to do that until June 15th, past the fish spawning season. But we do have the authority to do that without an additional permit. That's been confirmed by the DNR. We've got a board meeting coming up. I don't remember when it is.
Next Saturday.
This coming Saturday. Yeah, this coming Saturday. Other than that, nothing too new or startling, still plugging along.
Okay, thank you. I did want to mention one more thing I forgot.
Okay, go ahead.
I know that this year, the Flying Club has always had their pancake breakfast. Because of the pandemic, we didn't do it last year. We're gonna plan on it this year, okay? So, we're gonna try to address the issues as much as we basically can, but basically, we're gonna try to get it running as normal as we can. And, if you don't feel safe coming, I guess, ask to stay home, but, it is going on. We wanted to make it a good, worthwhile event like it has been in the past. If we let it go on too many years without having it at all, well, then it can just kind of die. So this year we are going to have it. That's Father's Day in June. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Building inspector, do you have anything?
We had a bill that we paid for $303.30, and it covered 7 inspections for the month of March.
Thank you. Emergency management plan, nothing, no report. Okay, correspondence?
I have a note that Ed would like me to read. To the town board of the town of Palmyra, I am submitting my resignation as road superintendent, highway committee chairman, and airport commission member effective at 6 p.m. April 20th, 2021.
New business. Discuss and possible action to consider a request by Patty Werner for a variance to allow a 6-foot-high wood fence to run from the high water mark of Blue Spring Lake along the owner's property line for approximately 70 feet. The site is at West 1152 South Shore Drive on PIN number 024-0516-2731-020. I guess we had already heard from you. Does anyone have any questions about this? Any further questions?
No, I don't think you can do that. This
Ask
is
questions?
only for the board.
Okay.
I guess I just want to be sure that you're aware that if you apply for an area variance, you have to show a hardship. And because you're going to run into this when you get up to the county. This doesn't go before the zoning committee, it goes before the zoning board of adjustment. And they're a little bit different than the regular zoning committee would be.
Okay.
So, you have to, basically, since it's an area variance, you have to show that compliance with the strict letter of the restrictions governing this, which would be the setback from the lake, would prevent the owner from using the property for a permitted purpose. And I guess, and that such restrictions are unnecessarily burdensome. So I guess the nuisance of the boat launch, of the noise and everything like that would be the burden.
Right.
Is that
It just-
what your feeling is?
Well, I mean, I love my house. I bought it because I love the area. And yes, I did know there was a boat ramp there when I purchased the
Sure.
property. I probably didn't know there was as much activity. I'm just asking for privacy. I mean, that's what it comes down to in safety, but, I want to fully enjoy my property, and I tried to put everything in that. I put my old pier there, which was 4 feet high, and that gave me a certain amount of privacy. So I know the feeling. I know that it does make me feel better about being in my backyard. So, it's not tall enough because the trucks that pull back there are very tall. But, I'm just asking for that, just to have privacy from the constant activity, that is good activity, and I know the signs have to be there too. I'm not objecting to any of that. I'm just asking to, you know, enhance my enjoyment of my yard.
And do keep in mind, both of you, that what we decide here does not necessarily mean what it's gonna,
No, I
they're
know,
gonna decide
I know,
against the county.
I'm aware of that. I paid them the money, so
Yeah, right.
I know they're involved.
Right. Anybody wanna make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve it.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the request by Patty Werner for the variance to allow the 6-foot-high wood fence in the high water mark of Blue Spring Lake at the aforementioned address, 1152 South Shore Drive. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Opposed? No. Motion carried. Discussion and possible action to consider request by Richard Klopsick for variance to allow for a patio addition less than 75 feet from the ordinary high water mark in an R1 zone at West 1314 South Shore Drive, PIN number 024-0516-2733-001.
Give you, I've got your signatures from that, your requirement for the variance.
Okay.
The other one, this was.
Put our sign. Put our sign.
On that same day down there.
Oh, okay.
And what we're or is it all right if I speak?
Yeah.
Okay. We're requesting, to do a permeable patio, just the size of the addition that we put on that you granted us last year. And it's got all the drainage and everything in it. It's got a retention pond next to it. And it's the lake access where, you know, to get to the lake, right out the front door. So that's what we're asking for, to just put a permeable patio in. So we can get access in and out rather than, you know, for the grandkids, basically. We have 7 grandkids and running in and out of there, and, you know, we'd be replacing the grass or sod, you know, a couple times a year probably. So that's basically the request.
It looked on the drawing like it goes pretty much where you've got that gravel area
Yeah.
now,
The gravel.
but it's not quite as big as the gravel
No,
area.
the I don't know if you have the drawing of it.
I
but
don't
it's-
have it in front of me, but I did look at it. I
You
blew
did,
it up
okay.
on the computer.
Yeah, no, that gravel comes out of there. The only part we're talking about is actually what you okayed last year. Just that part of the additional building that we
So
added
then
on.
are you gonna leave the gravel around the edge of it?
No, they're gonna take that out and it's gonna be all, I've got a landscaper that's gonna, you know, drain into the drainage pond next to that. So that'll be all sodded and
So that'll go into the rain garden?
it'll go into the rain garden. So there won't be any water coming that
Okay,
way, and
into
the patio will be pitched to the rain garden besides going all the way through all this, you know, the sediment.
Right.
So it should be engineered properly, that there won't be anything, it shouldn't affect anything.
It won't run off into the lake,
No.
is the point.
You wanna see the signature list? No. You okay?
I trust him.
I would move to approve it because I don't know, it doesn't meet the hardship requirements, but it replaces what is there with a more permeable surface.
Yes,
And
Right.
that would be my reason for approving it. So I would move to approve it.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the request by Richard Klopsick for a variance to allow for patio less than 75 feet from the ordinary high water mark in an R1 zone at West 1314 South Shore Drive. Is there any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? No. Motion's carried.
Move to adjourn, and we would like to invite everybody to stick around for a few minutes out in the parking lot.
I'll second the motion. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Meeting is adjourned.